Today on DC News Now, carjacking crackdown.
Eligible drivers can pick up these free dash cams at RFK Stadium today. How the city hopes this will help deter carjackings and hold criminals accountable.
We're tracking the unseasonably warm weather hitting the DMV. It's a roller coaster, and temps will dip down again just as fast.
The balance of power in Virginia's General Assembly is on the line and on the mind of voters, and Governor Glenn Youngkin, who's making stops at several polling locations across Virginia. Coming up on DC News Now, you hear his message to voters today and what he had to say when I asked him what a win for his party would mean.
Stretching your dollar, open enrollment is underway for health insurance. We're keeping you covered with advice on how to save.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at noon. I'm Ben Dennis in for Mark Hall this Tuesday afternoon. We begin with breaking news. A woman in Montgomery County charged with sexually abusing a teenager. She was a teacher at the time. He was a middle school student, police say. According to the charging documents, Melissa Marie Curtis repeatedly had sex with the 8th grader over a 4-month period. At the time, 8 years ago, Curtis was 22 and the student was 14. Curtis was teaching at Montgomery Village Middle School and also taught at Lakelands Park Middle. She turned herself into police today. Police say that there may be more victims. We'll keep you updated on this story as we learn more. And happening now, cracking down on DC carjackings, rideshare and delivery drivers in high crime areas can now get free dash cams. Those are being handed out right now. Another attempt to stop the number of carjackings that's rising throughout the district. DC News Now's Liberty Zabala is at RFK Stadium with more.
Well, criminals and thieves beware. The city is aiming to arm drivers with tools like these, dash cams and air tags to help deter carjackings and to hold suspects accountable. This comes after 2 delivery drivers were carjacked just this past weekend, one of whom was shot. Today, district leaders and DoorDash are now teaming up to hand out free dash cams. The idea is to deter carjackers and provide video evidence against criminals in court. The district has seen 840 carjackings so far this year, 74% of which involved guns. Companies like Uber and Grubhub say the safety of their drivers is their top priority. And later today, the district will also be handing out and installing free digital tracking devices or air tags for residents who live in areas that have seen the highest number of carjackings. The mayor says programs like this will help hold criminals accountable. Meanwhile, neighbors say they are frustrated by city policies they say that have allowed these crimes to skyrocket.
I live in an area in D.C. where it's been a lot of crime and stuff like that. I am all about giving the police as much information as I possibly can as a D.C. resident and as a person who cares.
And drivers can come here to RFK Stadium until 5 p.m. to pick up these free dash cams, and the city plans to hold a similar event here on November 14th. For now, at RFK Stadium, Liberty Zabala, DC News Now.
Thanks to Liberty this afternoon. Also happening today, D.C. City Council is expected to confirm acting Police Chief Pamela Smith as the city's top cop. Mayor Bowser nominated Smith back in July after former Police Chief Robert Contee stepped down. The final vote could happen as early as this afternoon. With that confirmation, Smith would make history as the first black woman to run the D.C. police force. Our Randy Bass is working that story today. She'll have live coverage starting in our 4 o'clock newscast. And meteorologist Damon Matson joining us with the latest check on the forecast. Damon, we said it at the top, unseasonably warm.
Yeah, definitely, Ben. I mean, the 70s, they are not leaving us alone, and we are really going to keep this warmth around just for today. Then we see some changes, but hey, let's check it out. Early this morning, we had some very mild temperatures to get us started with, as we only dropped into the upper 40s and mostly the 50s last night across the entire region. DC staying at a very warm 56 degrees, and Lexington Park didn't even get out of the 60s, and that really did set the stage for our temperatures to jump up even more so here this afternoon. And the reason for these mild temperatures overnight into this morning, we were blanketed by clouds as we kicked off the day, and several of us still seeing that cloud cover as we speak. Down across Culpeper, Manassas through D.C., basically along I-95, still a very overcast sky, but there is some clearing taking shape to the west, and eventually this cloud deck is going to clear as we roll along here through the rest of the afternoon, but it's going to be a slow process. Expect to see more of that sunshine as we head into the later afternoon hours. Our temperatures respond accordingly. We're going to hit the mid-70s before all is said and done. Definitely a very warm early November day. Then as we head into the night, though, a cold front will cross through, and that will bring about some much cooler air. So how much chillier could we see those temperatures get later on tonight? And do we expect to see any rainfall in our forecast here the rest of this week? We'll have a full look at your forecast coming up in just a bit.
And it's election day. We are your local election headquarters on DC News Now. In Virginia, plenty at stake. Every state, House, and Senate race is up for grabs, and a handful of those races could determine the balance of power in the Commonwealth. Our Tosin Fakile has more.
Which party will have the power in Virginia State House, and what impact would it have on the 2024 elections? And what would it mean for some of Glenn Youngkin's proposals on abortion and education? That's why a lot of eyes are on the Commonwealth today. As of last week, more than 618,000 Virginians have voted before today, 35% by mail and 65% in person. That is according to the Associated Press. All 40 state Senate seats and 100 state House seats are on the ballot. And the balance of power could come down to how it goes in some competitive Northern Virginia districts, including 31st District in Loudoun County and the 30th District in Prince William. The 40th District in Fairfax County is a new seat up for grabs because of the recent redistricting. We spoke with Governor Glenn Youngkin while he was in Haymarket meeting with voters.
And I just ask Virginians, send me a team in Richmond that will work with me, not against me, and we can in fact hold our House and flip our Senate today.
Are you hoping your party having the General Assembly help some of the proposals you have?
Well, absolutely. That's why we've worked so hard, because I really have felt that the liberal left in the Senate has stood in the way of so many things that are good for Virginia. I mean, at the end of the day, we've been working to reduce the burden of taxes on Virginia.
Some things to remember for today before hitting the polls. Make sure you bring an acceptable form of ID. You can get help reading the ballot or writing from an election officer. And for voters who are 65 and older or have a disability, curbside voting is available. Some local races also will make a difference in this election day in Northern Virginia. The Commonwealth attorney races in Fairfax and Loudoun County, and school board races in several counties. The polls are open till 7 o'clock. For now, in Haymarket, I'm Tosin Fakile for DC News Now. Back to you.
Thanks to Tosin. This afternoon in Arlington County, a heads up, there are 4 different ballots based on where you live. And if you missed the registration deadline, you can still vote today. Polls are open until 7 p.m. If you're voting with a mail-in ballot and have not sent it in, it must be postmarked today. You can also drop it in a ballot drop box by 7 o'clock. And you can verify your polling location at vote.elections.virginia.gov or call 703-228-3456. Back to the balance of power in Virginia. Right now, Republicans control the House of Delegates, while you just heard from Tosin. Democrats control the state Senate. If the GOP is able to keep the House and flip the Senate, they would be able to more easily pass their priorities, along with Republican Governor Glenn Youngkin. For voters, there's a lot more on their mind than left or right. We talked to some about the issues on their minds.
For me right now, probably the economy and cost of goods right now.
It's extremely important that it does not become divided over political issues, but rather focuses on exactly what's needed to educate our children.
Crime's been around for a really long time. Nobody's figured it out.
There are a handful of competitive districts, including in Northern Virginia, that could determine the balance of power. Turning now to Maryland, voters in several cities are heading to the polls to cast their ballot for a new mayor. In Laurel, 5 people are vying for the mayoral position. Current Mayor Craig A. Moe is not on the ballot. Rockville Mayor Bridget Newton is stepping down as well. 2 candidates are running to replace her. In Bowie, incumbent Tim Adams is running for a second term against Troy Stewart. Several council positions are also open in each city. And voters in Rockville can also cast their vote on 4 advisory referendums today. City officials say that these questions allow voters to express preferences. Outcomes will not result in a law change. Those questions are about lowering the voting age in city elections to 16, allowing non-U.S. citizens to vote in city elections, setting new term limits for mayor and city council members, and electing some or all of the 6 council members by representative districts. Polls close at 8 o'clock tonight. And also starting tonight at 7, we'll have live team coverage as the polls close and votes start to be counted. We hope that you will join us along with live updates on air. You can also keep up throughout the night on our website, dcnewsnow.com. And after the recent killing of a circuit court judge in Washington County, Maryland, some state lawmakers are focused on safety for judges and other officials working in county courthouses. DC News Now Stephen Cohen has the latest.
Among a slew of legislative priorities in Maryland, safety at the Washington County Courthouse is priority 1.
Delegates and senators from the region gathered at the start of the week to plot their 2024 agenda. But top of mind,
increasing the security at all of our all of our courthouses. It doesn't matter if it's in Baltimore City or it's in Garrett County. We need to find the funding to make sure that everybody is safe.
In a community shaken by last month's Hagerstown killing of Circuit Court Judge Andrew Wilkinson.
The bottom line is that we need to make sure that we are securing those courthouses, those hallways, and providing the protection to our public servants.
Quarterman's father was a judge in 1989 when a pipe bomb was mailed to his Hagerstown home and detonated, injuring him. There is support here for a bill
that would ban on social media the addresses of judges.
Modeled after a federal law passed last year when there was an attempted shooting of a federal judge in New Jersey. Whatever action is taken, plans are to
come back as a community, as a delegation, as a county, and figure out what resources we're going to need to make that happen.
And along with a budget that has gone from surplus to deficit, these legislators here are also concerned about fighting crime. Reporting from Hagerstown, Stephen Cohen, DC News Now.